So here we're in the polishing and the swaging room. And really this is where it all starts and finishes. You need to start swaging that silver tube, and it goes throughout the business and then comes out for its final polishing. We've got Joe here who's recently joined. Background in ironmongery, so he's going from being an ironmonger to a silver worker and silversmith and learning the trade there. And what we're trying to do is encourage definitely younger people coming in as apprentice schemes. And we have Alex, who has been instrumental in keeping the business alive definitely over the last 10 years. And if it hadn't been for Alex, keeping these skills alive, keeping these machines going, and being able to pass that on, definitely Yardlet wouldn't be here today. So Alex, you're happy giving a tour around? Just evidence of showing the process?
Yeah. Here we have Alex. He's the genius here. Tell us a little bit, Alex, what you're doing here.
Yeah, so basically we make pens and pencils. Of course, Giles will probably talk you through the history of Yardlet. And I've been with the company for now 11 years. And we still make them the same way as we've done for 94 years. I'm responsible for passing down the knowledge and skills to new staff and of course to existing staff, and we still make everything the same way traditionally, using the same traditional techniques which you will see, and we'll talk you through each technique and you will see them being done by hand and, most importantly, by people, skilled people. So I'm extremely proud to still pass on those skills, especially to a young apprentice like Joe here. And we will continue to pass on those skills.
That's excellent. I like it when we have skillful people like yourself doing exactly that.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely superb. Here we are at the second stage, and we're going to see two artisans at work. Alex, can you tell us who's who and what they do?
So basically, Amy and Steve both been with us a very long time, and we're very lucky to have both of these guys.
Right.
Pen and pencil makers will make anything from scratch, from the silver tube right way through to the finished article.
Excellent.
And as you can see, the benches and the tools they use is still very, very traditional, and you will not see
which is nice to see.
It is, yeah. Static frames. This is where we do all the soldering, where we solder all the clips and the rivets in position, also solder all the tools and the mechanisms in position. We still use this. You will not see this very often.
Right.
So it's air and gas can create a heated flame, which allows the solder to
Right. Are you about to do something there, Steve?
Yeah.
Can we sort of what you doing
here?
here?
So solder's already in around the rivet.
Oh, right.
You probably won't see it.
Yes, I can see that, yeah. Can you tell us what he's doing?
So because it's got very hot, so the solder is run inside the tube. Now because it gets very hot, he has to, the moment the solder runs, he knows that's run in the right position, and now he quenches it straight away.
So down the sides.
So have you just soldered the clip on there?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it is still riveted in position now.
Right.
Traditionally, it would just be riveted. Now we do that we go that extra mile where we actually solder the clip in position. Now of course you've got to remember now, clips will be put onto jackets, put into shirts, put into jackets, so it under a lot of pressure.
Right.
So what we do now is make sure not only do we rivet in position, we solder into position. So you have to really kind of
So it's definitely secure.
work hard to pull these off. No, so the rivets are there you go, into position, and then Steve's run that solder inside, and then he will remove anything inside there that shouldn't be there,
Right.
ready for the mechanism to go into the pencil. So this
Excellent.
will be a pencil.
Can I ask, Steve, is this sort of your just primary job to do that, or do you do? Is
Do
it
a bit of everything.
you do bits of
Everything.
everything?
Yeah, the only things that I don't do is the chasing engines and
Right. And who does that? Who does that?
That's right.
This lady here.
That's right. So Amy will do the hand chasing, will do the engine turning, but we want all our team to be multi-skilled.
Right.
So they're all multifaceted, so they can all pretty much do each of everyone's job.
Yeah.
But there's certain aspects of the job and certain jobs that will be like. Steve is also very good swager, very good cutter of the tube.
Right.
That's kind of where Steve's strengths lay, making pens and pencils. But Amy's skill is to do the engine tuning, to do the chasing, but
Right.
also make pens and pencils. So,
Amy, I don't mean to be rude, can I ask how old you are?
28.
28, and you sort of involved with this kind of skill.
Yeah.
Where did you actually learn it?
Mostly here, but I did a short course at the School of Jewellery across the road.
Right.
So yeah, but
But then you came here,
everything
Amy,
I
then?
learned from Alex.
You
Yeah.
yeah.
Is he a good teacher?
Yeah.
Have you all-
I tried to be. I did it a few years, but yeah, but we're both from the school. I graduated at the School of Jewellery as well, and so yeah, Steve's been in the trade for forever, since the trade started. So yeah, and Steve been with us a long time as well. So we are very lucky. We try to make sure, especially we've got Joe now and Sophie. Joe especially has those hand skills,
Right.
an interest in metal, an interest in working with these.
Yeah.
And
No, I mean that's personally that's what I love about the pens. I mean they're not made in a factory. They're not made China.
No.
Sorry, China. But yeah, handmade by craftsmen.
Yeah,
You know,
local crafts people.
Superb.
We all live in the area, and Birmingham, the Jewellery Quarter, is steeped in history of these skills, and we are extremely proud to still be doing that here.
Excellent.
Excellent. And we'll continue to do that.
Yeah.
Excellent. Are you about to do anything, Amy? Can we watch you do anything? Or you're on your tea break? We're not on tea break.
I'm just filing these caps so they're nice and flush. So when I solder them on top of this, which is the cap, it'll sit nice and flat.
And
So-
does that get soldered on as well?
Yeah, it'll get soldered on as well. So I literally just file it on here with my hand until it gets nice and flush.
So all the silver parts are made by us.
Right.
So that's been stamped out, fly press, and then
It just
of course-
takes the edge off.
Yeah, there we go.
Like that.
So we will work those parts to make
Pretty
sure
simple.
they fit. Each individual pen is fitted exactly like that. So each component part is a one-off.
So they're all hand assembled.
They're all hand assembled.
Yeah.
They're all hand assembled. So each pen and pencil is a one-off. So they're all individual. Now Amy's, as you can see with the Viceroy, and you can see here. So the engine turning has already been applied by Amy. So
Right.
there we go. She's already put all the lines on.
Can we have a look at that close up?
There you see.
That's gorgeous, yeah. What's the pattern on that? Is it barleycorn? Is it?
Yeah, barnacle.
Yeah. With a nice cartouche. Yes.
Ready for the engraving.
Absolutely.
Ready for engraving.
Absolutely.
And so all our pens and pencils will come like that. If it's a plain pen and pencil, of course we won't have a cartouche because you can engrave anywhere.
Yeah.
But with the barley finish, we always do the cartouche, we always do the engraving panel, ready for engraving. Of course, we do that here now. And Amy's applied that on the engine tuning machines,
Yeah.
which of course you will see part of that skill.
Let's go and have a look
Let's
at
go
that
and
then.
have a look.
Thanks for that, Steve, for showing us that.
Thanks,
Right, Amy, come on, let's get some work done this way. What have we got here, Alex?
Right.
Looks like some sort of... I don't know.
These are our diamonds. These have been with us a very, very long time.
Right.
39 and 40, 1940. These are plant machines, engine tuning machines, and they will apply, as you see, the barley pattern previously.
Right.
And these are kind of some examples of some of the patterns that these machines can do.
Right.
This is the designs for, of course, the Lucky pencil.
Right, yeah.
But if you have a look on that machine there, Amy has set up ready the Diplomat hexagonal. So this machine here does all the faceted pencils. So Diplomat, so it's got a facet, it's this machine. If it's a round...
I'm just going to ask you, so it won't do that. That'll do round. This is a facet.
Exactly right, exactly right. So this one will do all the Viceroy. Viceroy is, of course, the round barrel.
Right.
So the Grands, the Standards. This one will do all the Diplomats and Luckies.
How old is that machine?
1939, we was purchased and made for us.
Really?
Made for us. So I think they're possibly the two last machines that are making.
So is it actually a specific design for the engraving?
Yeah, that's completely designed for it.
What did you call engraving or chasing?
No, just engraving.
Engine turning.
Engine turning.
Engine turning.
Right.
And so, as you'll see, these are designed to hold pen barrels.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think there's another two machines that are putting patterns onto pen barrels in the UK, and we still use these every single day. Every single day.
I've seen something similar on Doctor Who, but I don't think it was designed for pens.
Amy will talk you through the Diplomat.
Yeah.
She set it up for you. So,
Have a closer look at this one, Mama.
Yeah. So Amy will show you.
So I've already put the mandrels in place, and then you just pull up the bottom piece and lock it in place. There's a sort of screw here on the side and a lever to keep it nice and tight. You can set the lines where you want to go, so the parameters you want to work in, by just tightening these here. So I can't get any lower than this one here, and it can't get any higher than the top one here.
Oh.
And it all works on a wheel with a sort of like weighted system. So as you're pushing up, the workpiece will come down and it will connect to the pattern bar over the side here, which has a little arm. So when I push the wheel, you can see it shaking. It will shake the machine, and the machine will put the pattern in by the shakes.
Exactly.
So sort of vibration.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Excellent.
So wherever the pattern bar will copy onto the surface.
Yeah. So then to actually engage the piece, you just push this lever forward here, and it's a diamond tip. So when I push into it, it will push the pattern onto the pen.
We do not remove metal.
And then stop at the top.
So the rigidity of the barrel stays the same. So it goes into the surface and it will spread the metal. We do not remove metal.
And then to do the next line, we'll move across using this wheel here. So we're going from left to right. And then we're going to mirror the pattern by twisting this knob here. And then do the same all over again. And it's mirrored the pattern. So then we go all the way back down and repeat that 2 more times.
Every single line.
And that's the first facet done.
Can we see the pattern there, yeah?
Now, would you like to have a go?
Yeah, would
It's run by your palette. So when you apply the turn, how much pressure you apply is down to you.
Is that sort of pressurised?
No. So have a sit down, have a turn.
Don't like it. So, sorry, what
Right
am I
then,
doing?
so to engage the piece, you'll hold this and then use your thumb just to press forward.
Pinch it into the surface. So
Yeah.
feel that. Can you feel that into the surface? There you go.
And then press it all the way forward.
All the way?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
so that the diamond tips are both touching. There we go. Can you feel it's tighter now?
Yeah.
And then with your left hand, you can just turn the piece, so move
Clockwise?
it, yeah, clockwise, and it should be going up.
Right, there we go. It's engaged. Keep
Stop
going.
automatically.
Keep going. Keep going. There we go.
And you got to the top.
Off the piece.
So yeah, pull that back now, and then go all the way
One.
back round the other way.
So it's just under one line.
Just in the one line.
Excellent! Any jobs going?
We'll check round later for it.
That's great.
You do that on every facet.
Yeah. And you can really feel the pattern on it
Yeah,
as well,
yeah, you
can't
can.
you?
Really sort of pronounced with the
Yeah.
touch, isn't it? I want one! I could do things with that if I had one of them. That's great, that,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's great.
Isn't it fantastic? It's
It's that,
absolutely
it's that.
fantastic.
Thanks for showing us that, it's really appreciated.
Absolutely no problem. Would you like to see the hand chasing?
Yes, we'll go to that gentleman over there.
There we go.
Thanks very much for that.
Thank you. So here we have Girish.
Hi Grish. How long have you been here, Grish?
Yeah. Oh, it's 25 years.
25
Have
years.
you really?
25 years.
Long time, yeah.
Right. So you're also waiting for your gold watch, are you?
25 years, yeah.
And Grish, sorry, before you do that, again, are you specifically doing engraving here, or again, do you do other?
You make pens and pencils, don't you?
Pen and pencil, yeah.
Yeah, you.
I understand that, but is it just do you specifically just do the engraving?
No,
Not
they
really,
don't.
it's different.
So I will do the hand chasing, Girish will do the hand chasing, of course Amy will do the
So
hand
you
chasing.
can do the chasing as well.
I certainly can,
And Amy
yeah.
can as well.
Yeah, I can tell over the last kind of, we've had nine hand chasers in the history of Yard Lead.
Excellent.
And I can tell you when it's Chris's pattern, or it's mine, or Amy's, or any number of other
Right.
chasers. So
Can we just have a closer look at his work?
So we do not draw the pattern down onto the surface. They come to Girish completely plain. So you've got your hallmark. It's been lined off, so we make sure we go around. And his pattern is in his head. My pattern's in my head. Amy's pattern's in her head.
So they're all individual.
So they're all individual. And what we also do is we scale our pattern up and down. So we can do a pattern on a perfector or a pattern on a grand.
It's like it's been done on that machine, isn't it?
Yep.
That's excellent. That.
So
That's all done by hand.
all done by hand. So the grand, we will hit the grand cap and barrel around 5,000 times. The perfector probably about 1,000 times.
That's amazing. So what's the? Is it some kind of like a chisel?
Yeah, so they're punches. So each punch has a shape. So you'll see each punch has an individual shape. And you can see the half moving half. So Girish will make that pattern up by hitting them and build up and build up and build up the pattern.
Right.
But he has to know which one to use at a certain point.
Absolutely.
So they're not sharp. We were only hitting into sterling silver. So sterling silver is very soft. So inside that barrel, he's got a mandrel which stops the tube from actually closing in on itself.
I can see it's got. Has that been annealed?
Yeah, they do get annealed. We just soften them up a little bit to stop the kind of the amount of stress going through those barrels.
Right.
As you hit that 5,000 times,
It makes it harder again.
You work hard, and correct. So you will work hard, and so we will apply a little bit of heat just to make sure we don't get any splits or opening up. So if you hit something like that 5,000 times, it will harden very quickly. So yeah, that's exactly how we do it. So his foot is through this wire, so basically the wire is there to hold the mandrel in place to stop it moving around.
Right.
So it's hitting on a curved surface, which is really, really difficult to do.
Right.
It takes a lot of time, a lot of years, and of course, again, a lot of hitting hand and so every process, of course, of being hand driven is hard work.
Absolutely.
And that's very hard work. So holding a punch and hammer, and the hammer, of course, is very light. And I'll break one here so you can see for yourself. So it's a normal planching hammer. So it's very light. So we don't have to really hammer it. So
You don't actually use your end for a hammered effect.
no.
No.
But you can.
Yeah.
But no, we just use the punches at the moment. And you can see so here's some samples from Amy. So these are some of Amy's work. So there's some roses. And Amy's extremely, and she will that'll be in her head and she'll start hammering away and create that.
Amazing.
And if you have a look here, and then of course the snake.
Is that the year of the snake?
That's correct, yeah, that's it.
And someone's done that by hand, yeah?
Yeah, Amy again. Amy's very, very, very talented.
Oh, she's a clever one.
There we go, there's a dog.
That's excellent, isn't it?
There's a
And that's
dog.
all done,
Yeah, with the same tools. With the same tools.
I mean, just sort of off top of the head.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so we make sure, and I make sure that the guys express themselves, that inner talent and skill comes out it comes out in what we do.
Right.
And you know, we're very lucky that I've got Garish here, 25 years experience, Amy, myself. You know, it's we're
Well, as soon as I've done that, you might have another one. I'm just going to have a word with management. No, that's excellent. I love it. I
Isn't it
love it.
fantastic?
I love it. All handmade.
I love it. It's because of course it's done by hands, done by people. So there's no two the same.
No, no.
There just won't be. And
Absolutely.
you know, when I do mine, I will change the direction of pattern just for my own from my love of it, for you know, to create. And that's all really important through everything we do. The guys are creating.
Do you ever get it wrong?
No.
Really?
No, we do
No.
get it wrong, but we know the skills and techniques to make sure that we correct it.
No, I mean, you know, as far as the pattern, you've got it in your head.
Yeah.
Do you ever sort of like maybe overlap it, or you've hit the cartouche or the...
We don't know. It can happen, and it also can happen that the material can split.
Right.
That's working with metal. You never know what metal's going to do.
Yeah.
You just never know. And of course, everybody has good and bad days,
True.
and that's what happens.
Yeah.
But we make sure we know how to correct it. So yeah,
So
it doesn't happen very often. It really doesn't.
Excellent.
And so they practice and practice. Amy must have. I gave her scrap barrels, and she practiced with pattern for 10 months before she was ever anywhere near kind of customer work.
So what does Amy get for Christmas? A planishing hammer. Amy.
There we go. So we
No,
get
that's
the
excellent.
yeah,
Thanks for that.
So yeah, it's
Thanks for showing us that,
very-
Rakesh. That's excellent.
Is that good?
Yeah,
He's very good.
it's superb. I just love it. All handmade. No factory, no flipping
No,
C&M machine, none of that.
no, there's nothing churning these out. And so yeah, all the tube is shaped by us. And so yeah, we make sure that it's done.
So this is why, when you see these pens being made, to my viewers, go below, I'll leave a link to Yard of Lead. This is what you're paying for, a handmade pen. Not made in a factory, as you've seen here, totally unique, made by hand. Beautiful, beautiful pens and pencils.
Pencils.
And also, don't forget, I nearly made that one over there, so that will be a little bit more expensive.
Oh, we'll add extra money on.
Excellent, excellent.
Right.
That's
I
great.
will take you through the next process. I will take you through the next
Oh,
steps.
we've got more, right?
Oh, there's always more. Thank you. That's where we start, and of course, all these lathes are all belt-driven lathes, as you can see.
Right.
They've been with us a very, very long time, and they have, of course, stop-start functions. This machine and this lathe here is set up to cut and tube. Now, when we buy tube, we buy in lengths of 1 metre, sterling silver, UK made, so literally they're made at Cookson's. Cookson's just round the corner from
Oh,
here.
Cooks and Gold.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's it, Cookson's Gold.
I bought from them.
Yeah, exactly. So we order, we walk around, we grab the tube, they deliver it. And so each pen and pencil has a set size, and this is the Bible we work from. As you can see, different engineers, different pen makers
Right.
have put in what they need, the lengths, how far do you cut. It's the Bible we work to, and again, we add to it.
The Bible, no doubt, that's been there for years.
It's been there for years,
Yeah.
absolutely for years. And if you look on here, these are all the jigs made, so we know where to cut to, where the marks are on every single pen. And these are all handmade as well. And of course, back then, 40, 50 years ago, if you couldn't buy it from the tool shop, you
have to
make the
make
tool.
it, yeah.
You make the tool.
Yeah.
So all these have all been
To be
handmade.
quite honest with you, Alex, if you make them yourself, they'll last you a lot longer than if you buy them anyway, most probably.
Correct. And so the Edwardian, Perfecta, Viceroy, they're all there, and the guys will use these every single day.
Right.
So we couldn't live without these. We couldn't live without that. And so we add to it, the guys add to it as they go along, they each add their page, and so that's how the history, that's how the skills.
Do you actually find, I mean, you've been doing it for years and years and years, and you say you've got a Bible,
Yeah.
and the guys are actually adding to it.
Yeah.
Do you ever sort of come in one day and learn something a little bit new?
Yeah, we're always
You
learning.
know, I mean, I know you do it on a daily basis.
Yeah.
But do you ever find sometimes, because it's like in my profession, you know, I'm restoring pens, and
Yeah.
occasionally, I always say you learn something new every day, even though you've been doing it
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
years.
Yeah, absolutely. We're always trying to develop new products, and of course, that's when it really kind of pushes us to kind of go out of our kind of comfort zone
Right.
and new ways of swaging, new ways of engine turning, new patterns. So we're always trying to learn more how to assemble it, like the Lucky Pencil,
Yeah.
completely different. How we shape it, how we put them together. We learned a hell of a lot over kind of the last couple of months with new products. So actually, that's the kind of the challenging side of the job
Right.
is to make sure actually new products, but we've got to make it in the traditional way.
Absolutely.
It's not just going, right, you know what, we'll design this and we'll get it made on CNC. No, we design it and go, right then, how can we make it? How do we make it by hand using our traditional skills? That's our skill base.
Yeah.
So our heritage has to go into every single new product we make. So that's really kind of really important
Which
to
is
us.
perfectly understandable, yeah.
Yeah,
Excellent.
it's really important to us. So I'm always pushing the guys. The guys are always happy to kind of take on new challenges most of the time.
Do you ever shout at him? Come on!
All the time. I don't
All
shout
the time.
Not all the time.
Just now and again. All right, that's great.
It's
Alex, yeah.
motivational,
Yeah.
motivational shouting. But no, they're always happy to learn new skills, always want to learn new products, and of course, you know, they still love the heritage, and we make sure that we still making effectors, making diplomats, and we're finding new audiences. You know, every single day there'll be someone coming along have never heard of yard legs. And so
Well, hopefully we'll get a few more
Yeah.
people looking at
Well,
yard legs, I think,
with
hopefully.
the help of these videos, it goes to show, actually goes into these products. I think that people go, and especially in the current climate, and go, why are they X, why are they that much?
Yeah.
But as you can see, what goes into these,
Exactly, as I just mentioned to the viewers,
yeah,
you know, you can actually see all being handmade, the equipment's all here, and that is what you're paying for. You're paying for a bespoke, unique
Certainly
pen or pencil.
made by people,
Superb,
made by people,
Yeah,
made by
and all the love that goes into it as
Yes.
well. Yeah.
We certainly do. So it's really important to us, and you know, we'll keep making these products for as long as possible. So yeah, so each tube is cut down. As you can see, these are kind of off cuts,
Right.
and again, every single off cut we make, it gets melted down, goes back on our account, we buy more tube. So it's always recycled. It's always swept up. Anything you kind of that we don't need, and you can have a look down there. If you turn it, and then there you go. So there's our scrap box there. So all
that's
this,
all silver.
yeah, it's all silver, all sterling silver. So these are the clip sheet, and there you go. Somebody will set the tooling up and punch every single clip out.
Right.
So there you go. And so this will get
Just
melted.
out of interest, what's the thickness of?
So 1 mil.
1 mil.
1 mil, yeah.
Right.
So of course, with the clip tooling, it goes through 12 different tools.
Right.
And so you work hard on it to a point where, as you saw when Steve made that and I pinged it, you could hear you could hear the ping. And so actually they still sit on and they clip and they grasp onto any kind of jacket in whatever pocket, because we work hard on it. So of course with the help of the rivet as well, and a little bit of solder.
And a touch of solder.
And a touch of
Absolutely.
solder,
Super.
and it makes everything solid, lovely and solid.
Super. So as you can see here, what they've got, all these old presses. All along here, we've got an old lathe here. Looks like another very old vintage press. And once again, 4 presses. But look at the age of them, look at the condition of them. These were when machines were machines. Beautiful.
And we'll take you through into the polishing room and of course the swages.
I recognise these machines.
These swages, yeah, and again they have been with us since, well, the early 60s.
Really?
The early 60s.
So these two are both specifically swaged tools?
Yeah, they are, yeah.
Yeah.
So both machines will allow us to swage the noses of pens and pencils and of course of barrels.
Right.
So we swage our own standard and grand barrels, and I'll show you exactly. So in each machine there is a set of dies. There we go, as you can see.
Right, yeah.
Pen and pencil noses. So that's the tube we use. Of course, this is an example, but what happens is we feed the tube in and it creates that nose. Now we feed it in to a specific length, and again, pens and pencils, so the pencil will go in slightly further, so the nose is slightly longer because it has to hold the lead.
Yeah.
The ball pen, of course, has the refill, so it's slightly shorter. But again, these machines are both, I won't put you through the noise.
All right. Can I just ask, have they both got specific collets in them?
They have, yeah, exactly right. Yeah, so this one here has got the grand collet in there.
Right.
So the grand tube, which we swage ourselves, so the larger tube.
Right.
And this one in here has got the Viceroy noses in. So
Slightly smaller by the looks.
exactly right. So a slightly smaller collet there. So this one will make all the pens and pencils. This one here will do all the grand barrels, standard barrels. It can be interchangeable. I think that this machine is slightly smaller, so it can't take the larger aperture of the grands. That one will. That's a very, very good machine. But this one will just do all the kind of pens and pencils we use.
So you can't actually replace that? Is that just a standard collet just for that pen?
Yeah, we have them made.
So you've had that collet made specifically?
We have that specifically made, yeah. We have all these been specifically made, and if I open this up, you can see for yourself all the variations that we've had over the years. So all these different things, all these different tapers are for creating tops, for creating barrels, for creating noses, and that's your history. That's the heritage. And we carry on, mate. We've got new dies for the grand and the standard now, so we're continuing that.
Yeah.
We're continuing that. It's really important
So that
to
goes
us.
back quite a few years, doesn't it?
Oh, blimey!
Yeah.
As far back as these machines when they were first bought,
Right.
and so that one's just recently been refurbished. Everything's all brand new on here. It looks a bit messy because we'll be using it. So we make sure that all our machines are refurbished, and the one thing that Giles was really keen and a key aspect of helping Yardlead go forward is making sure these machines are looked after and cared for, because
Absolutely, yeah.
you just can't buy them.
No.
You cannot buy those engine turning machines. They just do not exist.
I doubt you could buy any of these machines, mate, would you, really?
No,
It's like going back in time.
It
but
is.
Going back in time, but the condition of them.
Yeah. Oh, they've been
great.
loved and looked after,
They're
and
great.
probably made,
Yeah.
millions of pens and pencils over 94 years. And so you look after them, they'll look after you.
Absolutely.
And as you can see by the fly presses, you look at the fly press handle, it's really shiny. It's not because we've polished it. It's used by people who hold things, and that's that's the bottom line, and what we kind of believe in is people and passing on those skills. So that's the swaging. And I'll take you over to the final staging process over here. So
am I right in assuming it's polishing?
you are rightly so.
Yes.
And so again, these polishing machines have been with us, oh blimey, I wouldn't want to guess, probably around 50s maybe 60s. I had a customer who came in and she bought her father's pencil, and he recently passed away, and she saw the name Canning. She went, my father worked for Canning.
Really?
And
again, it's a local company,
a local company. So all these machines are all from local companies. The company there that created the swagers are still here, and so they came in, do all the repair work for us. I'm afraid the company that created the engine machines are long gone. But we've got some really good local businesses and we go and walk to them. They come here and they help us.
They'll still be able to look after him for
They
you.
still look after us,
Yeah.
and we make sure we keep it local.
Absolutely.
It's, the local engineering companies will help us and help us with designing new tooling and making new tooling, helping us refurb our machines.
Right.
So we keep it in the UK, we keep it local. So it's all Birmingham.
Superb. Love it,
So
love it.
there we go. So I will take you through. So of course, the lovely guys in the workshop you saw have created these beautiful works of art. Now these, of course, are the Lucky.
Right.
So the Lucky pencil. So Amy has created that beautiful engine turning. So there's the engine turning.
Yeah.
There is the hallmark, of course, Birmingham hallmark. Now, Birmingham Assay Office is literally 10-minute walk.
I believe so, yeah.
It's all done. So we have every single piece that we make of sterling silver will have that hallmark. So it'll have the yard of lead stamp, the sterling stamp, the year, date mark on there. So every single one will have that. Every single one will have that.
Right.
And of course, with the Lucky, it has the Made in England. There we go.
Which is sort of similar. Well, it's not similar, it's the same as the old original ones, isn't
Yes,
it?
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly
the original
right.
ones.
Exactly right. And of course the number on the top as well.
Yeah.
So each pen and pencil has a clip number. So that clip number will register with its warranty. So
Right.
and we still, and I'll show you here, these lovely new yard lead boxes.
Yeah, they're very old, aren't they?
There we go. So we open those up, and of course, and going back to the original boxes, which in the 60s were this colour, were kind of a blue, light blue, a hard shell, a nice snap. Underneath there, of course, is your warranty, and that's your user guide. And there you go, how to load your pencil, how to work your pen. And of course, at the back is your guarantee. So, and we stand by our craftsmanship. We stand by what we do. Any problems that are faulty part, it will be repaired free of charge. If you run over with your car, I'm afraid I can't help you with
You might
that.
have to think about it, yes.
If you,
What car was it?
if you drop it down a flight of stairs, I can't help you. But
Yeah.
we stand by it. We stand by that. And so, if you bought a pen or you bought a pencil, it will stay with your guarantee will stay with you for your lifetime.
See, the nice thing about it, you're offering that guarantee, but the way the passion is coming across from you, because you're confident in your staff's work.
I am.
You know,
Absolutely.
you know your staff, you know the work, you know, we've actually seen it, how they actually work.
Yeah.
So, to some extent, I think it's quite easy to say we stand and give you a lifetime guarantee because we know exactly what we're doing here.
We know exactly what we're doing,
Yeah.
and so yeah, we're extremely lucky, and I'm extremely lucky to have such a great workforce. We've got some really talented people,
Yeah.
and I'm extremely proud of them, and I will continue to pass down those skills to anybody that will kind of listen.
Excellent,
And so this final stage is, again, the final stage is making sure we remove any production marks, we make sure the pencil works, pen works, we fill it with lead, goes through the final rouge mop again, there's the rouge polish. And once we get past this hard mop process, we do not touch the pen and pencil again, it's held in the cloth. So again, I do not physically touch
Right, yeah.
the pen and pencil again until the customer unboxes it.
To save you getting any grease or...
Don't touch it yet.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Don't touch it. So yeah, so until we put it down, we wrap it up, we put it in the box, then it's yours. But once you get to this part, I make sure that all the graphite goes in, of course, you know, the name, yard lead, there's your lead, and it contains, every single pencil will contain a yard lead.
Yeah.
Of course, the smaller ones, remember the smaller ones, little pocket pencils,
Yeah.
the yardlets, well, of course, they couldn't be called a yard lead. It didn't contain a yard of lead.
Yeah.
So they were
Because
called...
of the size of them,
Exactly,
obviously,
yeah, so the yardlet. So I will put every single lead in. Amy will put every single lead in. We will make sure that the pencil propels forward, propels back. We will make sure that the refills propel forward, propel back, that they're right. We test them and test them and test them before we are completely and utterly happy with that. And we do that on every single one. So right the way through the process, I'm QAing it, Joe's QAing it, right the way through to the boxing process till it goes out the door to the customer. So yeah, it's
Which is, well, this is how it should be done, really, isn't it? You know, you've got a quality piece.
yeah, absolutely.
You know, there's no other option, and it's done.
I'm always
Excellently.
extremely proud of these and these products. You know, I fell in love with it when I first came round 11 years ago. I've been in the trade for about 10 years. I graduated in 2000, and I saw what their guys were doing. And I thought, Alex, if you have an opportunity to work with these guys,
Do so.
you grab it.
Yeah.
And I was lucky, and they offered me the job.
Good.
11 years later, and I learned from some of the best craftspeople I've ever seen. Dennis and John Freeman. Dennis was here his entire life. His dad worked here.
Right.
His uncle worked here. His brother worked here. And you know, you cut them in half. They were yard lead through the middle. They had a yard lead actually through the middle. You know, it was an absolute pleasure to learn from those guys. And I hope that I can carry on that legacy and pass on my skills.
Well, I don't think you're doing too bad, Alex. You seem to be doing it right.
Oh, I try my best.
You seem to be doing it right.
So yeah, the guys work really hard, and to create beautiful things, you have to work bloody hard, and the guys do. And
Absolutely.
with love and passion, you've got to want to do that. And so
Excellent.
that is us.
All right, Alex. Thanks for showing us round.
It's been an absolute
Thanks
pleasure.
for telling me
No.
all about the
Oh.
machines, the pens, the pencils, letting me have a go even. made my day, that has.
There we go.
So thanks very much,
No,
Alex.
it's been an absolute pleasure.
Very much appreciated.
No, loved it. Thank you ever so much.
So, we've not said hello or goodbye to you yet, have we, John?
Joe.
Nice to meet you, John.
That's it.
Is that?
And bye-bye.
I remember that policy.
All right, that's great, Alex. Thanks very much for that.
No, absolute pleasure. So,
Great.
yeah. Thank you for coming in and spending some time with us. I really
It's
do.
been my pleasure.
No.
It's been my pleasure, seriously. I was telling Holly, I was like a child going to a sweet shop. Like, oh, I can't wait.
Oh, yeah.
And it is. Do you know something? Before a couple of days, like I said, I've been quite excited. And I've sort of tried getting a preconceived idea in my head what to expect.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until sort of last night I did a little bit of homework and I watched the video. So I got a peep at basically what you've shown me.
Yeah.
But the preconception idea that I had, exactly what I've seen.
Yeah.
All handmade, all machines, all done. It's just as I've imagined it, and it's absolutely superb. You know the made in Britain, made in England.
Yeah.
100%
It's
superb.
It's absolutely us.
Thanks once again, Alex, for showing us round, and it's been great.
It's been a pleasure. No, absolutely.
And for me as well.
I can talk for a long time.
Well, you're not the only one, and I'm just wondering how much life I've got left on your camera. But yeah, so basically that's it, you people out there. You've had a look around the premises, you've seen everything. What I'm going to do, leave a link down below for Yard of Lead. Check them out, go on their website. You've seen the quality, you've seen the people. Have a look, Yard of Lead down below.